What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our edition of Holy Try Football Podcast. Me, White County, from the beautiful state capital of the blue state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, this holiday season. Make sure you play the Pennsylvania lottery. I haven't seen that commercial. That commercial's on every year. I love it. So if you live in Pennsylvania, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, what a great gift, Ken. I don't think it's Ken, but anyways.
Is it Gus, the second most favorite groundhog in Pennsylvania?
This is before Gus's time even. I'll send it to you guys. Dan, to my west. What's going on? Haven't seen you since Pitt's ACC championship win.
Wow. I know. Mission accomplished. We took it. We took the show on the road. Hard to find a better capper. That's all I have to say.
Well, a better capper could be a win in the Cotton Bowl to finish in the top 10 for the first time.
That's the Peach Bowl.
Or instead of the Peach Bowl. The first time since 1982, according to I forget. Jerry DePaula. But get it right.
Poorly crafted tweet by Jerry saying for the first time.
Ever. For the first time.
For the first time.
Since 1982. Not finishing in top
Which
10.
we all know is patently false. Everybody remembers the 2 times Pitt's been in the top 10 since 1982. maybe a couple other teams in the 80s might have been up there.
Afterwards.
Yeah, in the early in the season, but certainly in 2003 and then 2009.
You're saying
it's been a little while.
You're saying they didn't make it in the 90s.
I think it's safe to say that. I count my lucky stars every year that I wasn't born 10 years prior to where I was because that.
But you wish you were born 10 years prior to that.
Yes, that would have been the best. Steelers Super Bowls and Pitt national title. Pretty good.
Wow. You would have been Dokish.
I would. Let's not get crazier. No, yeah, it was. I don't know. We want to recap it now, or should we bring Cannon officially?
To our east. Hello.
Hope everyone's doing well. Happy holidays. Cheers in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly a joyous time of year. Hopefully, you're not too stressed ahead of the holidays. I guess that's not joyous, but the holiday. Shout out to friend of the pod, David. I know this is the time of year he thrives. So
he is Clark Griswold.
He is Clark.
Okay. I guess before we get into everything, so many bowls. I don't know how far we're going. We're just going to go, and then when the clock hits a certain time, we might just call
it. End broadcast. I think that's Can's idea. So all the games.
Cut it.
Yeah, in the description are likely not to be covered tonight. So I will edit out.
No, there's a couple that we could just do a 1-worder or a 2-worder.
I think there's more than a couple. I think there's several we can do.
There's definitely a baker's dozen.
We could get through all of them. I mean, we'll see where we are. Maybe we won't even have enough to go through. What if we get to an hour? We get to like an hour and we're done.
And we need to keep going.
We're gonna go 15 more minutes.
I don't foresee that, but perhaps. So let's start with the quick capper. First pick leads H2P to the ACC title.
Yes.
H2P, great job, Dan. Any final comments? You said it was a good capper, so it sounds like you were already writing off the Peach Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who's listening should know my thoughts on these even New Year's Six bowls that, while they have much more historic meat on the bone, so to speak, not playing for a championship. So I think they're, for the most part, overrated and overpriced. And I would go, it's hard. I think Kenny Pickett, I'm not shoving him out the door, obviously, but I think it'd be hard for him to top what AY and I were able to watch on, what was that? December 4th, thereabouts?
4th, yeah.
And recap that trip. Although there's a lot there.
Where do you stand on the fake slide?
Yeah, I mean, I just think they were going to score anyway on that drive.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it should be. I'm not going to buy a T-shirt with this.
Are they selling T-shirts?
Probably. They sold T-shirts, but they're going to have a cold one, all that. So somebody is looking to make money off that. I don't, it's fine if they want to be able to rule that out of the game because it's unfair advantage to the
I hope you see
defense
Roland.
even.
I hope you see Roland from Baltimore up in Pittsburgh selling shirts.
Yeah, maybe. There you go. There's his $1 million idea.
On the thing itself, I do hope that they change the rule and have it be.
They did, I think, right?
They already did?
I think they already did, yeah. I don't know if it'll be in effect for this year, but
The fake slide, yeah, that's passed, yeah.
Yeah.
So they had some fun with it. That was pretty good. Of course, on both sides, the local media had fun with it. Mark Madden comes to mind. As always, the needler that he is.
The needler that he is. Other things on Championship Saturday, Alabama taking care of business. I think a lot of us had Bama, right?
I thought Georgia.
AY had Georgia.
AY had Georgia.
Trying to push those pillars.
Yeah,
yes, you
almost
were.
there. Almost there.
Almost got there.
AY was giddy when we were at the was the Graham Street Pub. Thank you, Brian. Shout out to Brian.
Did you meet up with Brian?
Yeah, he coordinated the meetup, and I thought it was a pretty good choice. The first place he went to, he said it was a wake party, and they wouldn't even let him in. They wouldn't let him in. I think
was it awake, if you will?
Maybe, yeah, but it was
turned into one.
Oh, they're wearing black because it's their funeral.
That's right. Yeah, but he was a little bit deflated, I'd say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably about an hour and a half prior to kick for the Pitt game, but
yeah, that's just where you just went and got two more White Claws and that worked.
That's right. AY, yeah, I'd like to cover his beverages for the day. So he had 2 or 3 IPAs that will put you on your ass if you just have those.
Four of those, yeah.
Four of those. 2 White Claws at the Graham Street Pub. 3. And then 3 Cabernets or Merlots. Would you have?
I can't imagine what was coming out of your body there.
I know. And then promptly drives home 7.5 hours the next morning by himself.
Just him and the road and the radio. The road and the radio.
And well, I was to cap off that trip. A great time passer was the 2.5 hour Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yes, true.
F1 races last 90 minutes. This one lasted 2.5 hours with the red flag, and it could not have come at a better time. It was
I was thrown off.
Exhilarating.
Yeah,
I was on the edge of your seat.
I wanted to watch the final, like I said, and then I woke up at 9:45, and they're already on the podium. I thought they were all obviously there's in different countries, but yeah, I was thrown off because that one I felt like started later.
Yeah, the Saudi started at 12:30. Yeah, so that helped me get through Southern Virginia nicely.
And then
we had going back to our trip. AY started off like any ACC man would with some Bojangles.
Yep.
Got some Bojangles, and then like I said, met with Brian. Got in the stadium, which the last time I bring it up in public at least, but shout out to my sister for getting the coupon for our tickets. They were in the Wake Forest section of the J. There were like 2 J's, if you noticed. I don't know how many overhead shots they showed because the upper part wasn't very full, but it was like a 1 J of Pitt fans, and then around the other part of the lower bowl was Wake fans. We were right here at if you could see it, right here. Right in the fish hook. Yeah. In the one end zone. And then it was tough. I think we both came to consensus. It was tough seeing how far guys were running. Like on a running play, it was hard to decipher whether they were running for 2 or 12 yards. Right. And then some of Sam Hartman's passes especially looked like they were going to sail 5 yards over the receivers' heads. And he was just kind of looping them in there. Some of those out routes and swing passes. So, but great time. Obviously, it's really fun when you're behind enemy lines and your team's doing what Pitt ended up doing in the second half there. So we did barely made it out unscathed, I would say, as we made our way over to the Pitt section to bear witness to the trophy presentation.
The coronation.
There was some goading being done by the Wake fans, some disgruntled Wake fans, one in particular, with some expletives for me in my face. And we just kept walking. However, there was a young gentleman in a Dan Marino jersey Dan Marino Dolphins jersey that did not walk away and was in a bit of a scrap. So that was good for like 15 seconds. And then fortunately, there was no dog pile on top of him. It was just they pulled the one kid off him and then went their separate ways. We get over in position to watch the ceremony, as I said, with 57 seconds left. And as on a delayed fuse, called him Richard Jewell, security guard at the Bank of America Stadium, had some words for AY and I about causing a fire hazard. Just the two of us, because about 30 seconds after we disengaged with him, there were 25 other Pitt fans standing right where we were standing, and he was nowhere to be found. So fuck that guy.
Coward.
But yeah, then we got it out pretty quickly, I'd say. We got probably back to the hotel in 20 minutes, and then just were chit-chatting for, till 2:30 in the morning. Everybody made it back safe also. AY somehow doing so despite putting through his body through the rigors of that alcoholic concoction that we mentioned earlier.
Felt good on the way home. Got some coffee and a vitamin water, and we were good to go.
Coffee will help flush that out.
Yeah.
And then a stop at a rest stop to really flush it out.
Oh, yeah. I stop at Bloomsburg to flush stuff out all the time. What do we think of that Baylor goal line stand? Fantastic.
Yeah, impressive. Got
game.
the people going. It was a really weird game, obviously. Quite a calamity, if I'm being honest.
Right.
From what I saw, at least, which I watched a good bit on my phone, and then we, not AY, missed first, second, third down and goal after the penalty on that last Oklahoma State drive. Put the TV on in the room to Baylor making that stop. And we had no idea whether they fumbled or what down it was, but judging by the celebrations from Baylor, we were able to figure out that, they made the stop. So that was really cool. Not a great look for the Big 12, but hard to really throw stones coming from the ACC.
That's true. That's true. All right. I mean, there wasn't too much to take from the rest of ACC or from the rest of championship weekend.
No, yeah, it was a bit of a dud from there on.
All right.
From Bama on, I should say. But yeah, the Big Ten championship was a laugher, right?
Yep.
And then ACC championship, while tight for 3 quarters, became a laugher and lacked the end game drama.
True.
Yeah. So we have our 4. We'll get to that next week.
Yes, shout out Cincinnati, though, for making it as a group of 5 team.
They did it.
They did turn it on end of the year at least.
Yeah, it looked a little bit more impressive.
We'll see how they line up against Bama on New Year's Eve, the early game.
Yep, indeed. All right, so any news and notes? Late on Sunday, I guess the Sunday that you guys were all driving, or not late, but news started breaking that Mario Cristobal in heavy talks in Miami, while Miami's current coach Manny Diaz, we like to say, was in LA recruiting for Miami. It's funny, he the day he got dismissed, actually, and this is old news now, but he got probably his biggest win as a Miami guy, his biggest recruit in his 3 years there. They got a linebacker, Wesley Passant. That's very good, and he committed to Miami over Florida State. Said he was committing to the school, didn't care about who the coach was going to be. So good on him. A departure from a lot of other kids these days who commit to a coach instead of a school. But it's funny, it's ironic that Manny got his biggest win there and then got promptly dismissed. He got did dirty by the administration. They didn't really have an AD there to protect him either. AD was already fired, so his loss becomes Penn State's gain. Penn State is turning around 5 days later, and hiring Danny Myaz as he's been introduced as today on the signing day special. I think it's a good hire. I know there were some other names thrown in there that could have garnered some excitement, but were a little bit more risky. I think this is a safer bet. Defensive coordinators are in high demand, and to be able to get one that's got play calling experience, extensive experience, is good. You don't need him to necessarily be a recruiter or like a heavy duty recruiter, like some people are, and some of the candidates were for the Penn State job. He runs a similar system to what Brent does, so hopefully the transition won't be too crazy. And I'm happy about it. It's a good, solid hire. I think I'd rate it a good B plus, maybe an A minus. I don't think you're going to get much better than that in as quickly as it was turned around and given what was out there and available, right? Though, as AY can attest, you don't necessarily have to be available to be able to get somebody these days. So with that said, signing day. Any other notes that you guys have before we move on to signing day here?
Just like everybody's been talking about this.
Yeah. Well, Oregon turned around and hired Dan Lanning, who was the Georgia defensive coordinator. Hired them today, actually. Signing day. I mean, the biggest news, if you haven't seen it and you're listening here, I don't know how you haven't seen it yet, but Travis Hunter is a 5-star guy. Rated by some of the number 2, some of the number 1 player in the country, an athlete, likely playing corner, been committed to Florida State for a couple of years now, turning around and decommitting and going to follow Deion Sanders, twisting the knife in his alma mater's back. The signing day flip, purportedly with the help of Barstool Sports, a deal in the 6-7 figure range. Some say 1.5 million, some say more than that, and when it's all said and done. Florida State guys are beside themselves. Number 1 recruit in the country, going off and going to not a Georgia, not an Alabama. Those they could stomach. Going to Jackson State. Reactions to this, I know this. There are a lot of reactions as far as the deal goes, or the purported deal that brought him to Jackson State. How do you guys see this playing out? Is this the end of college football as we know it? As some are. Anyway, you got feelings on this, right?
I do. I know. I don't know how you can rein this back in.
Yeah.
I know some people are saying, "Oh, I get it. We're still feeling out this NIL. We're still under a year." I know we mentioned when it first came out how people can spend, and then realize the ROI is not there and cut it back. I get all that, but and maybe we'll get there. But this year and now even next cycle, it's just we're still gonna up the mountain here. I don't know when we're gonna plateau, but we're definitely still going up. It's gonna keep going up for at least another cycle. And I mean, how can you turn down $1.5, $2 million? I totally get that. I just don't like it because I feel like these larger entities, which I know have always pseudo been there, but not officially. But now that we see it, they're just getting involved, and I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah. No, it's Lane was talking about it. Jimbo was saying it. He was like, this is something that's been going on for a while now. It just wasn't always legal.
Yeah.
It's
just now that we
was
actually
talking to Dan about it. Now they actually, I mean, like people were like, oh my God, Cam Newton's dad was putting him out there for $200,000, $250,000. I mean, I think one is inflation you're going to see and numbers are going to, shock people. But 2, you're dealing with under the table stuff, cash. Like there's only a certain amount of money you can do before it actually starts raising big red flags, right? Now you're getting above board. People are actually putting it on company ledgers and stuff. You're going to see much bigger numbers, I think, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And so, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some sticker shock, but again, it's something that, like Jimbo said, has been going on for a while, and now that it's come into the light, some people may be shocked, and I think because it is in the light, it allows for even bigger prices. So,
And
I think we'll see that for a little while.
I guess, sorry, Dan, before you jump in, I know everyone's going to be now, but I am so fascinated to see how this looks in 4 years. Where it goes,
Yeah.
if he stays there,
Yeah.
what does this move bring as far as NIL deals? But I guess just
And we haven't mentioned it yet on the pod, but one of the biggest names in NIL going and enrolling early because of NIL in Ohio State is not anymore.
Ewers definitely worked the system. That was so smart by him to leave Texas so he could get the money and then transfer back. It was very savvy. But
I'll see that later.
And that's a good segue. Yeah.
I just want to see how in terms of NFL, how this works out for Travis Hunter. I just want to see where this whole journey, where this takes him,
right?
And does he go first round, second, or whatever?
And we don't know the details of this deal. And what if is it guaranteed? Can he just go somewhere else now?
Is it up front? Is it $500,000 a year? Is there an opt out? Because now you're going to see a bunch of clauses and all kinds of stuff.
And he's a kid that his talent will take him wherever he wants him to. He's going to be coached by one of the best to ever do it at corner, right? So he'll be coached well. I'm sure he'll play well. I think it's a decent situation for him. It's funny. We talked about, would we ever see a number one recruit go to an HBCU? We thought maybe could be a basketball player with Thonmaker last year.
McCurr,
not Thonmaker. Actually, I want to get some Dan thoughts, but since you brought it up, I did look up McCurr today after Hunter went there because I want to see how he did.
Oh, he didn't do anything. He played two games.
He played 2 games, 11 points.
Got hurt.
Yeah.
Got hurt. Then he did not enter the draft because he felt he wasn't going to be a first-round pick, and now he plays in Australia.
Yeah.
So super backfire for him. I guess backing up the beginning of all this, Dan, where are you?
No, I don't have that many thoughts. It's smart to save me to last. Just what you said about what are the terms, I would love to know because even the easiest thing, if Coach Primetime's end game is to get the Florida State job,
good Galaxy can move by him. Going after
hypothetically, if he were the number 4 recruit, would they have still gone after the number 1 recruit?
Well, that's what
number 4 recruit.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Like, why did he go after a corner who is a good piece, but you get a lot more high impact out of a defensive end that's a huge rush end, or defensive tackle that's an absolute destructive force in the middle, or a quarterback. Why do you go after a corner?
Yeah. So that's the big thing for me, if that's what he's really up to here, which wouldn't put it past him. And I just don't really – I know, AY, you said about putting a cap on it, but I don't – it's like the words of Chisholm we had on the eve of signing day, talking about $50,000 a year.
Words of Chisholm.
Were those
that's the funniest part. Are trying to struggle and feed their families at $50,000 a year. You're giving it to these kids.
Yeah. And was that Texas who had that deal, or was it Tennessee? He said UT.
Texas. I think it's Texas. Yeah.
So
Texas having a good signing day. They flipped a bunch of guys. They flipped an Ohio State guy that was a top 30 guy. Another couple of flips. Texas.
That's what they're missing. That's what they're missing. In no way, have they been decrepit or devoid of talent. This whole time.
It's the talent they've missing, right?
This whole decade, and it's they've had they beat Georgia a couple of years ago, so it's not all gone to waste in terms of the results. It just doesn't really move the needle. I think it's something. You got to
screw me now, Texas. You've done this a time or two in the last 10 years, multiple times.
Exactly
right. Florida rising up the ranks also at the end there. going up from like seven commits and being at like number 70, up a couple more spots with like a couple more, but they got a couple good ones, including I think a number 1 safety and one of the top 5-star safeties in the country, Kamari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that is talking about the Kev. We talked about the last time about the Bulls. They're a bellwether. I think the bellwether in college football right now is probably, with the exception of a few outliers either way, the average class rating, right? That's what I at least resort back to. And we had some fun earlier talking about the Big Ten East having the top 7 schools or 7 recruiting class rankings, and then the West had the bottom 7.
Good balance.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but then when you actually look at what the caliber of players, and this is so bizarre with the COVID year, the variance in class sizes, I think, is particularly noteworthy this time. Because I remember still arguing about the Tennessee, the infamous Butch Jones, it was Butch Jones, right? He had the number 4 class, but there were like 35 kids in it. So it's like, so you have to see what they're actually comprised of and how those rankings work for the class rankings. So I think, I don't have too much. It doesn't really bother me that much. I don't think it's going to cause a huge class shift in college football anytime soon. And you still have to have guys that can develop the players.
You know who I need to see? I haven't checked his feed. Would love to see what Dickey's thoughts are on this.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he'll fire something off on next Tuesday or something like that. Though. He's delayed fuses. He's always got the delayed.
He's always delayed fuses. He's got to formulate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unlike Doki, who is right there. He's right on.
He does nothing other than
he's in the moment.
Things.
Yes.
Pretty dumb.
I haven't checked in on him either. I'd love to check in on that.
See, it doesn't bother me as much as I think it does some people. I certainly don't get why, unless it's their money that's being used. I certainly don't get the people that are weighing in, but you're always going to have those people.
Right.
The same thing, you can go into 100 different directions with that philosophy, but unless it's their money, and they have much of a gripe to they don't have much of a gripe. So
very unprecedented. I miss the days where we just can laugh at photos of North Pole assassin lawn ornaments. What was that? Was that yesterday?
I think so. It's definitely this week.
Was that
the North Pole assassin?
Oh
Texas.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, a couple days ago. That was good ornaments.
I miss those days of college football Twitter.
Yeah.
No, today is still the days of gold, or still the golden days.
Oh yeah, there'll be something stupid. Like Clemson's going to lose by 60 or something like that to Iowa State.
God.
Something will turn up.
That'd be good.
Always does.
I'm getting ready to lock up Notre Dame over Clemson already for next year.
Ooh,
I'm thinking
about Ohio State.
No, losing that one. No. The Empire could be falling down there. He's just promoting assistants. I know what you sent today over about.
Oh yeah. He's a classic.
He is somehow completely out there.
Yeah.
But I have one final thought on Hunter. Does he stay at Jackson State his whole time?
No, I would go no.
I think if Deion's there, he's there the whole time. I think Deion will be there. I don't think
Deion's there next 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good enough spot. Like, I don't think he would jump for anything unless it was like a
Florida State.
Well, Norvell's not making it 3 more years.
Yeah. Hey, Marianne. Nice to see you.
Spammy Ann.
Not Tech. Spammy Ann Burke. Maybe she's a Tech fan. Virginia Tech fan here.
Yeah.
All right. I think he stays there. I think he'll be there for 3 years.
All right.
Okay. And my last question is, will you watch his show?
What's the show on Barstool?
It's a Barstool, yeah, like a web series.
No.
I'll tell you what.
They're the dumbest in all this. That's a
outlets.
predictable opinion for me, but they're the dumbest in all this. But it's
I won't watch that show because I get my Jackson State content not fully about football, but other things in and around the football, including the band. I get that from another outlet. They've got a great series. I'll be sure to promote that.
So you're going to say AY's basketball picks.
No, my other outlets of great HBCU content.
All right.
Be sure to share.
Here we go.
I was just gonna say something, and now I cannot remember what it was. I was thinking of the Barstool Bowl. Then I was thinking of you're thinking of Jackson State. I don't know what it was. Doesn't matter. We can got one more news note here. I gotta run one analogy by you, Can, before we get into the bowl slate. So the F1 season concluded, as we've been highlighting for the F1 minute at the end of our news and notes the last few weeks, last few months. Verstappen won the title. It's not that simple, obviously. So the analogy I'm going to use here, basically Hamilton took the lead on lap 1. Bit of controversy with how he passed him, went wide, didn't give the spot back. It was touch and go. The stewards, the FIA, Michael Massey, the race director, said.
As I call him, the ref.
The ref. The ref.
The steward.
Yeah, the ref basically said he gave the advantage back. Hamilton led by a second. On we go. Hamilton slowly pulling away. Verstappen on soft tires at the pit. So, anyways, Hamilton the dominant car all day. With 5 laps to go, there's a crash. Back markers, of course. Hamilton's lead goes from 10 or 11 seconds down to a virtual safety car, which is still about 10 or 11 seconds. But so Verstappen pits in hopes that the race restarts and he can try and catch Hamilton. But there's 5 lap cars in between. Basically, they said lap cars cannot go through. And then Verstappen pitted anyway, so he was going to have 1 lap to pass 5 cars and then Hamilton. Impossible. Well, at the last second, before the last lap started, the ref said, actually, you know what? Let's send a safety car. Let's send the lap cars through. But not all of them, just the ones in between Max and Lewis. And there was a 1 lap dash with Hamilton on 40 lap old tires, Verstappen on fresh tires. He obviously passed him and won the race. So my analogy for this is a little more than Kevin Clark, because I thought he undersold it. This is what it was like, Cam. Imagine a football team. If there was like a 20-point play, then it's that simple. If there was a 20-point play, but breaking it down into actual feasible, what could actually happen and get away with, it would be like the clock's running, you get sacked. A team is down 6. They get sacked on their own 5 with 3 seconds left. They line up to hike the ball. And the clock runs out. The officials miss it for like 2 seconds. And then they say hike. So it's like, all right, well, they still have the quarterback then throws it 95 yards into the end zone. And it's they call a pass interference on a Hail Mary. So it's a spot foul to 1 with no time left, 1 play. And the defense tries to sub 2 guys off, but doesn't get 2 guys on, so they have 9 guys on defense. And then it's a push into the end zone.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty much what it is, because it's clearly it's in the rules and everything about the lap cars passing and the virtual safety car and on and on. And basically, I mean, referees mess up; they make bad calls against the rules, and this was a bad call that was not within the rules, and it just happened to cost them a championship. And the ref wanted 1 lap drama, which for TV around the world you could not. A 1 lap race for the championship. He saw that and said, "You know what? I'm gonna get a huge bonus." People want him fired. It's like, what do you call? You think they're gonna fire him after that? He's getting double the salary.
Yeah. That was genius.
But
Genius.
so Jeff, 1 minute, you can see I'm not happy with it. I haven't seen one, pundit be able to make sense of the call. There are other ways to handle it. You could have sped up the process, but having decided that the lap cars and all that, anyways, botched, perhaps rigged, but entertaining for sure.
Yep.
So there's your F1 3 minutes or 4. I don't even know.
Yeah, my
That is
initial take after just hearing about it, I did see the highlights eventually. Which I have no way of actually interpreting what was going on, even from the highlights. But it sounded a little bit like a pro wrestling work. But he still had to actually beat him. But he had such an advantage, right? That's why the 9 players on defense comes into play with the fresher tires.
The tires were 1 lap old versus.
And did the ref know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Verstappen could pit because he was.
So maybe it is.
He was behind Hamilton. Hamilton couldn't pit because if the race never got restarted, he would have pitted. Verstappen wouldn't have, and then end under yellow, and then he would have lost championship because he pit under yellow, and so his hands were tied. But yeah, just like Kevin Clark said, Verstappen needed like 100 things to go right that race, and all 100 did.
Wow.
But good season, ready for Bahrain next March.
Next March, here we go.
We'll see. We'll have some recaps for the March Madness pod.
I'm excited. I always love to be in the know. I don't get it, but I like to be in the know.
New cars, new rules package. Playing field should be very much more level. Very exciting.
What was the team
Rules
that sucks?
changes
Haas?
are always weird.
Team Haas, the American team, finished the year between their 2 drivers combined 0 points.
Come on, USA, come on.
Yikes.
But there's word is that they put all their eggs in the 2022 basket, so watch them to come out firing next year. That's what they're telling us. So there's your F1 5 minutes. Week 14 +1. Navy took out Army.
Yeah.
Understreak
lives.
Rough week for us in here. All under 500. Season standings. Dan is 4 under 5. Ken is 500.
500.
And I'm 3 over. So
by 3 over.
The spread between us is the 3.5 game spread from first to last. It's all for the.
We essentially have 4 weeks left. All these bowl games.
42 or 3 games. So yeah. Are you ready to get into this bowl season?
Ready's all over be.
Let's see how fast we can get through these first 10. Bahamas Bowl, Middle Tennessee State versus Toledo.
I want Mitsu cover here. Recurring theme with the Maction. I think I found one Mac participant that I liked. I think that's usually
Rolito should have beaten Notre Dame. I'll go Toledo -10.
Okay, I see someone's stenoing it. I'm going to go HP here. SOS, Toledo wins. Mitsu keeps it close. Start off bowl season.
All right.
Cure Bowl. Northern Illinois, Coastal Carolina. I know Coastal had bigger plans than this, bigger thoughts, bigger aspirations.
Are they disappointed? Are they too disappointed?
Probably, but I just think that the talent in the
definitely the quarterback.
Definitely the quarterback, which is a lot of talent in this game. Give me Coastal here by 17.
I agree.
Make it all 3.
Make it. Oh, how'd you know already?
I'm watching you, steno. Yeah, Grayson McCall goes for 4 touchdowns. Accounts for 4 touchdowns.
Camping World Stadium. I think they've got like 7 balls in that game in that stadium.
Impressive stuff from Hammock. What's his name? Hammond or Hammock though? From
Hammock.
Northern Illinois.
It's Hammock, former running back.
Yeah.
He is large. That guy is large.
He's got girth. Yeah, I think
chested.
barrel-chested indeed. He's got that, and he's got it back on track. And IU obviously had an
After
impressive run.
Rod Carey's disaster.
He left. He pulled a Jimbo. He Jimbo'd NIU, and then
ran Temple into the ground.
Yes.
All right, we got.
Both those games are Friday.
Yep.
So the town. Let's go to Saturday. Boca Raton,
Boca.
Lane's old backyard, App State, Western Kentucky. Western just lost last week, 2 weeks ago.
Oh God, yeah, that was my lock. They were down a bazillion and then came back and had a chance at the end.
Yeah.
Ken, you can add me to your side here. I'm going with the team from Boone.
This is helping with the pace.
This is helping.
Yeah.
Ken,
you might have to give a whole pick. You might have to give a pick the whole night. No, I'm taking Western Kentucky though. Not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going back to the well one more time.
Can't put him. That's fair.
They had some incredible debauchery, almost on the level of both Baylor and Oklahoma State on Saturday, and then still almost were able to circle the wagons completely. It was painful. Muff punts, kicking 2 53-yard field goals. I don't know how that should be a rule. Along with pick and slide.
Yeah.
The pick and fake slide. It should. Group of 5 teams definitely should not be able to kick 53-yard field goals.
I'm thinking about Vasco Tech right now. Okay, so New Mexico Bowl, Fresno State. A little bit of disappointed season this year for the Ted Fighting Tech. Oh no, DeBoer. Oh, do we know? So DeBoer's gone, right?
Did they bring back Tedford? That's the question.
They didn't bring back Tedford. So we've got Hainer back in the saddle here after his snip, snap. That's a good story. Going from Washington to Fresno State, then decided to transfer portal back to Washington only to see people laugh at him. So now he's back to Fresno State.
Wait, it actually says Jeff Tedford is the.
He is, yeah.
On the Wikipedia page, it still has him as the head coach. They did hire somebody. I don't think
it was Tedford. I'm telling you.
Who'd they hire?
I'm telling you, Tedford's back.
He's back. Oh my God.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm picking Fresno.
I'm shell shocked.
I'm taking Hainer or Fresno.
What did he do? Why is he back?
I love it.
This is bizarre. This is weird.
It's the same thing as his quarterback. Just snip, snap. They're back and forth, back and forth.
Snap is right. Holy cow. I jokingly said they're bringing back Ted.
No, I feel like I saw that
December 8th, a week ago. How did we miss this? I'm
trying to think. I feel like I was out in my driveway when I saw that. So I don't know
when it broke.
Yes, I don't know what I was doing.
It health reasons.
Fresno State has capped bonuses in contract with Jeff Tedford.
Yeah, so. There it is.
Yeah,
I'm going Fresno though.
Oh yeah, I mean, how do you not ride this Tedford train? Yeah,
that's right. It's back. Oh my gosh,
we're all on.
Look at his ass. Oh my gosh.
Independence Bowl, BYU, UAB. You get to go to Shreveport.
Not to be confused with Ruston. I got UAB covering, maybe even pulling this out. Different. Talking about motivation levels. This is probably the biggest motivation level mismatch, at least on paper.
I'll go with the shiitake mushrooms with his extension. I think he got right, so I'll go with Kalani.
He did. He flirted with Oregon. Said no, thank you, and I would join Can in that boat.
Okay. That was a shiitake pick.
There's the shiitake pick. We are Eastern Michigan +9 against Liberty.
Jesus.
This game is gross.
LendingTree, of course.
I've got a colleague. His son just committed to and signed his papers to Eastern Michigan. Congrats to that.
James Ott.
Not James Ott. Not James Ott. Not James Ott. His son's a few years away from that. But congrats to Max Reese. Hybrid, I think. Receiver, tight end. H-back.
H-back. Yep, there you go.
That guy, big receiver. Wish him all the luck. And with that, I'll take them to cover against Hugh.
Me too. I'm riding that Lightning. Hugh's been disappointing, and he's
if we went
$4 million
preseason, I think
Did Liberty not cover twice as 24-point favorites
and lost. You mean?
Yeah,
definitely once. I don't know if it. I believe if it happened twice, they did not have a great year.
I guess I'll go back to preseason expectations, and maybe they'll put together Flames, even though I still
you got an extension too. Everybody got an extension.
Yeah, Rusilla loves pointing that out.
Oh, geez. He went off on that.
All right. And we are into the LA Bowl, the site of this is the true Super Bowl here, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The La Bowl, like La Brea, La Bowl. Oregon State versus Utah State. I think this may be one of our picks here of the pod.
Yeah, lock of the week for me, or lock for me, the Beast with the chainsaw carved through. They're the Mountain West champions, I believe. Right?
No. We doubted Utah State going against the Ass Technicians in the Mountain West championship.
But apparently they had COVID or something like that at the 11th hour.
Who did? Hope did?
Yeah. I think I heard that correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, Utah State, a blessed team, getting to 10 wins when they should have gotten to like 7. I will go with Oregon State as well here with the -7. I'll ride Dan's lock.
I'm going against you guys. I'm taking.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
No, I'm not. Why would I go against my Beavs?
I was going to say.
AY with the switcheroo. AY pull it. Let's go.
So if you type it out there, I'm not going against my Beavs.
See, this is the type of thing that if we were doing this and I was recording picks after we did the pod, that I would be confused. You would definitely be getting credit from Utah State. I would, because I would already start to skip ahead to the next game.
AY pulling people's goats.
I was actually looking at Utah State's game right now in basketball against Weber State. It's a good game tonight.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight line there, right? There's 2 points.
Yeah, it's like under 3 for sure.
Fighting Dame Lillards.
Aggies up 7 mid-first.
All right, here we go. And we are New Orleans Bowl, the hometown team, Louisiana Lafayette. Napier-less. They've got no Nape now. They're only 5-point favorites against the Thundering Herd of Marshall.
Who's their coach now?
It's Charles Huff.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Huff, the former Penn State, former Alabama assistant coach. I'll tell you what, Jim Franklin, say what you want about him. That coaching tree, he's got people everywhere now.
True.
You wonder where Louisiana is. I think Louisiana, Napier, they went out on top, left them in a good spot. I think they'll be at home. They want to make a good impression here at home. I got them winning by more than 5.
I'm going back to the well of Champ Week, as I did with Western Kentucky above, and I'm saying, since I went against Louisiana then, I'm going against them now. Charlie Huff does it for me.
Charles Huff.
Yeah, I'll go outright. Herd outright.
Nice.
It's just a little bit squirrely. 5 points in it.
5 was a weird number.
Yeah. I'm with Ken here. Ride the troops.
Alrighty. We are on to Monday, December 20th, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Where is this played? Brooks Stadium. Is this where Coastal Carolina plays?
I would think
that
so.
Sounds right. Yeah.
There can't be more than
one stadium that can,
in Conway.
In Conway. So will they be on the teal turf? I don't know. Maybe they will be. Tulsa versus Old Dominion. Ricky Ronnie going bowling in his first year. A great turnaround job by him. Another Jim Franklin disciple.
It's the second season.
Well, first season of playing. Second season of coaching. Didn't do much coaching first season. Tulsa versus Old Dominion. Old Dominion only 9.5 points. Good turnaround here. Tulsa They've been decent. They should have. I feel like they should have taken Cincy to overtime. I don't know here. 9.5.
I've seen enough from that game. Ronnie goes down.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. I don't
with
think
it.
Tulsa. I don't think Old Dominion is that good. I'll go Tulsa as well.
Well, I think they
Tulsa
go down by
by
a field goal.
Ooh. Anyway, you're taking Tulsa to cover or not?
Yep.
All right, I'm with you there.
2:30 Monday. That's nice. Nice spot. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Kent State, YO. You know I'm riding here, so that's easy. Next.
Yep, me too. We know Can's riding. He's riding the
They
white.
are. They're up there in Idaho, which is right next door. Kent State,
Right next door.
right next door to Wyoming. Yeah. Okay. AY Wyoming. I'm going Kent State for my namesake. The flashes haven't been very impressive. I feel like every time I'm like, they're gonna do good. They're gonna do well. They're gonna win the MAC. They don't.
I think it was Ryan McGee bashed their jerseys they were wearing against NIU too.
Oh yeah, those freaking baby blue ones.
They looked like someone tried to make a homemade Chargers jersey. But yeah, I'm going YO.
Alrighty. It is the Walmart. It is the Walmart Chargers jersey. It's true. But only getting 2.5 points here. Let's off big darling of the college football season here. Charmed season.
Nice run.
Areza and the Aztec Nations here still ranked.
Is he going to punt this? Will he declare?
I don't know if I'd risk it. How many freaking how many times did his leg get whacked last game? I don't know. That thing's worth $1 million.
What round do you think he gets drafted in?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be great.
I hope he gets aguayoed. I hope they take him in the second round.
I could see it.
The thing is, he doesn't have much time. He just booms it. He doesn't hit many inside land any inside the 10.
He can work on that.
He's a field flipper, that's for sure. But he doesn't pin him that much.
Maybe he'll do both.
You gotta learn.
He's got all off season and training camp.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get kicked, as long as he doesn't get kicked by his coach.
I am going to take Utsa here though.
You are taking Utsa outright.
Yep. I don't.
The hoax.
Yeah,
I don't feel great about it. However,
I'll take Mimi.
Yeah.
Was Hoke a hoax?
I just don't think San Diego State can just
score.
They can't score. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was with.
Too many rock fights.
Yeah.
Roadrunner's got good running back. What's his name?
It's something generic, isn't it? Frank Carter or something like that? Or is that the quarterback?
I don't think it's Carter. I forget what his name is.
Frank.
Anyway, you're on Utsa as well?
Yep.
I will go Oppo, man. Areza.
Frank Harris is the quarterback. It's Sincere McCormick is the
That's what I think. Sincere, yeah. I didn't think he was. That's not very generic, the Sincere McCormick.
That would be unique, yep.
Yep. I will go Oppo, you guys, and Areza throws a touchdown pass.
Oh.
Fake.
You know Brady's going to do it.
No, that's
I'd actually be okay with that if that happens. I'd take the loss for that.
Tuesday night? Okay, yeah.
Yep. Wednesday, December 22nd, somebody's birthday here. Missouri versus Army here, -3. Army favored. I'll go Basilak.
I'm not going to be fooled by this Army-Navy result.
You're not deterred.
I think we're going to chew them apart. Yep. Tigers get chewed apart by the Black Knights.
Yeah, Monk and rallies. This Missouri team, I tried to back them once earlier this year, and they just got boat raced. So I'm off.
I don't think it's possible to get boat raced by Army, except if you're Hogo and Houston. That did happen. Right. Was it Hogo in that game?
Yep. That was when he tried to.
Oh, that was after the.
That was after tank the season.
Yeah, he was redshirting everybody.
Yeah.
AY also going Army. All right.
Also Army. Christmas Eve. Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus.
Frisco Football Classic.
The one time. This is
So we've got the Frisco Bowl and the Frisco Football Classic.
Yes, but the Frisco Football Classic is happening one time. That's why they're calling it a classic, because this will exist and it will never come back again.
Got it.
This game is not coming back next year.
So you know it'll be a good game.
So everything's on the line here.
It will be a Rutgers Penn State Classic. To be the one true Frisco Football Classic champion.
I'm going the home state team then.
Yep.
I
What Texas is that right?
All on Luttrell. All on the nose tackle. All right. Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. The Gasparilla Bowl.
This game. This is a good one.
I can't wait for
Classic Bowl.
I am going at the end of January. I've already booked my trip to Gasparilla Festival.
Oh my gosh. I want to see you dress up as a pirate.
Yes, exactly. Mike Brown excited about that. I can't wait. It should be a good time. A lot of beads, from what I hear.
Like Mardi Gras.
I want this result more than almost anything in this bowl season. UCF outright.
Oh, are they getting healthier? Are people coming back?
No.
No. Well, I'm going Gators.
I'm going Gators as well, then. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they've got some momentum going here. They beat their rivals. They're ready to go. I think they've gotten Mullen out of there. They're ready. They've cleansed the system. They're ready for a new year. This will send them into New Year on the right note. Friday, December 24th. Look at this. We are at 57 minutes here. We've gotten to Christmas. Let's see how much further we get. All right, Memphis versus Hawaii. We don't know what the hell's going on in Hawaii. Apparently, fraud's getting allegations thrown at them. Yeah, abuse and shit like that. People aren't happy.
Abuse and shit.
People aren't happy playing football. It's this is at Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex in Honolulu, Hawaii.
It's a complex, okay.
Yeah, I will take Memphis here by a large margin because I don't know what else going on with Hawaii.
Can't think of mutiny for fraud. Yeah. The players band together, a la Varsity Blues, and they get the cover. They defend the island to a degree.
They defend the Ching
to the tune of a 6-point loss, 40-34. Memphis.
Ching Athletics Complex is defended. Dan loves his coach fraud.
You guys know I mention all the time. This is my favorite bowl game outside of the playoff games.
So this is a big pick.
Yeah, I was mentioning to Han last weekend. One of my favorite things in the world is nostalgia, and this just reminds me of Christmas Eve and my grandmother's. Specifically, Golden Tate when they played against Hawaii. It just set the tone here.
The Golden Taint.
The Golden Taint game. Jim Clausen. Something about this game. 8 p.m. This year I'll set the stage. We're starting this game at my parents' house, and by around halftime, I will be heading down to Rance's house. It's really just tradition. It's where we go.
Right down the street.
Right down the street. You can walk home. So we'll have this on, and we'll be getting rowdy for a great game. Hannigan for Memphis, awesome quarterback. He's a freshman, as Gus Johnson would say. Hawaii defends their home turf to an extent. Awesome game. Probably the bowl game of the season.
Wow.
Memphis by 3.
High praise.
They want calling it. All right.
I would love to see it.
Memphis by 3.
And we've actually got a game on Christmas Day this year. Do we usually? I thought we usually...
it used to be the blue-gray game.
Yeah.
Remember that slobber knocker down in Mobile?
So we've got the Chameleon Bowl here. Ball State versus Georgia State. Georgia State 4.5-point favorites. I don't think I've seen either of these teams play. Oh no, I watched Georgia State play against Auburn and almost beat them. Right?
They blew it. You could say they blew it against Auburn.
Yeah. All right. I'll go Georgia State to improve Penn State's SOS of SOS.
There it is.
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward for me. Georgia State, best team in the Sun Belt in basketball. The football team feeds off it.
There we go. I've got Georgia State as well. Sweet.
All on.
Just
Alrighty.
FPI likes Georgia State in that game too.
Monday, December 22nd, quick lane ball. This is Dan's old home field.
A defending champion.
This is they've been there. Pitt's been there 3 or 4 times. Well, this along with Birmingham, they probably spent half a decade in both.
No, that's a real stat. 3 times in Birmingham, twice in Detroit. Within the last decade.
Yes. So here we go. Western Michigan versus the Nevada. Nevada, they're without their coach? Are they with their quarterback? The one
without their quarterback as well.
Without their quarterback as well.
They opened up 7-point favorites.
That is why they now has swung 10.5 points. They are now getting 3.5. I'll go with that. I'll go Western Michigan here.
If you can't send Pitt, send a team that beat Pitt this year.
SOS.
But I will not go for SOS. Or maybe I could go hedging P, but I was going to take Nevada anyway.
Okay.
I'll take Nevada anyway to
Dan
pull it off.
Dan did not want full revenge.
Yeah, I know this line is ballooned due to Strong. I still like Nevada outright.
Okay.
Saw them in person, Notre Dame Stadium 1 year. Kaepernick was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't score.
Pony up Scarp. That's how Scarp ended up there.
That's right.
Alt was there. I was close to Alt.
You were in the vicinity. You were there.
I was within 100 yards of Alt.
There you go.
I think we're going to get there, to be honest with you.
We are. We're doing good time. ECU, BC. Look, these are two of my different times favorite quarterbacks. Which one do I like more now? You take a guess.
Turk and jerk. You love
Gotta be Anus. Gotta be Anus.
Gotta be Anus.
No.
Outright.
Yep.
All right.
Outright. Easy.
That's what I got.
We're all on there then.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Alrighty. Holgo getting 3 points against Auburn. All sorts of stuff going on. We didn't mention it in the news and notes, but the prodigal son, Bo Nix, not returning. He's gone.
Before we go anymore, let's all take a guess. Where's Bo next go?
Oh,
Pitt.
Nebraska.
Nebraska would be good.
That's what we don't deserve that, but we need it.
Yeah, I hope so. Nebraska. What's another good one? I could.
Scar.
What if he goes to like Texas Tech? Is it he stacked a crazy class this year?
The interim coach from Texas Tech?
Not the interim. The coach they hired. The guy. From
the guy that was the interim coach, right?
No, he was at Baylor.
They didn't give it to the interim coach?
No, the guy at Texas Tech. Texas Tech hired the guy from Baylor.
Okay, so I thought they were going to hire. I'm thinking of Wazoo. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Wazoo promoted their interim.
Yes. No, Baylor's the Texas Tech coach is from what I understand, a mafia down there in Texas football, and he's got crazy amounts of talent. And I'll choose Texas Tech. Texas Tech from both.
They're not in this. Oh, that's where he's going. Okay, I'm picking Auburn. I said I think he's going to go to Scar.
Hank Bigsby also gone as well in the portal.
I think he goes to Scar and competes with Rattler.
I think he goes to NCAR. I think it's North Carolina.
Hold on. What is this name of the stadium now called? It's called Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama.
Good place.
It's a helmet. They're playing in a helmet.
I got Auburn, though. This is the angle.
You're going
Auburn.
Auburn. This is the reverse angle. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going over. I'll go Holgo. Outright.
Yep, I'm with Cam. I saw.
Unfortunate for Penn State SOS, but good for continued disarray when Penn State goes into the Plains next year.
I saw enough out of tune against Cincy.
I
guess. Well,
and calling from Parsons' office.
That's right.
We're going next. AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
Yes, the First Responder Bowl No, first responder. Yeah, we're on the first responder bowl.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was on a different tab.
We
Yeah.
could skip the first responder.
The Ville versus Air Force. I'll go with the Ville.
Got to go Ask Force. Maybe, though not the winners of the Commander-in-Chief. Maybe the best team
At the end of the season. Fisher to
at the end
Berry.
of the season.
Good job,
Yeah.
Fisher to Berry.
I'm with
Dan.
I'm with Dan. I need to look up this angle, but I feel like I say it every year. Like, no one who wants to get ready for a bowl game against the triple option.
Nobody does.
I mean,
Pitt
sure,
did it in 2015, that's for sure.
I mean, sure, you'll be ready for it if you actually want to be, but
Do you want to? Yeah, that's the question.
Here
we go.
Going to Dallas.
Well, we talked about here the Texas Tech coming off a hot end to their class against the Legianator. Legianator 8.5 points.
Oh, I know this is a close for a lock for me.
All right, who is it for you?
Oh, Mississippi State.
All right, okay.
I think this would be this extremely petty Leach. No love lost to Leach.
No love loves Leach. Okay, I'll go that as well.
Yeah, you have to. He is just out to take all their booty.
All right. Here we go. NC State versus UCLA. UCLA +1 chip. Is Chip may be go okay off the top.
Flirted with Oregon, perhaps?
No, Chip may be right there in my crosshairs for next year. He may be the prime crosshair man.
Is he gone?
He's prime crosshair man for me. Any other candidates? Who else you got for going into next year? Who I should have on my list?
Pat Irvin.
Scott Frost. Scott Frost is already marked as dead.
What are we talking about?
Looking through the bowl.
Who is on the crosshair list? We've lost Helton. We've lost a lot of people this year. I'm saying Chip is on the crosshair
Yeah,
list.
I'm looking through this bowl schedule to see. You would think someone on this list would be
Shane Beamer.
Shane Beamer.
No, Shane Beamer is not. Especially after what he said today. People love him
now.
I can't come up with a maybe Mac, but I don't think so.
There could be some definite. There could be
Scott. We were saying Scott Frost is basically already dead, though.
All right, I'll find a few here. There could be some heat under Jumbo's seat.
Jumbo.
You can't keep going. I mean, I know last year they were 5th, but if you throw in back-to-back clunkers.
No, I think he's a year away from being. Maybe by the end of next season. Fully,
going into next year.
What about Fleck?
Fleck, he just signed a deal, didn't he? He just signed an extension.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm just
You're
looking through a keyhole here.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to the topics at hand. I will go with NC State here to win.
Everyone has new coaches.
I know.
Yeah.
That's my.
Yeah, I'm going Pack Pride here. A rare ACC pick for me.
Dan is ACC man.
What about just random? What about freaking Ferentz?
He's never going to get fired. He gets extended every year, doesn't he?
Does he have tenure in his contract?
He's in his contract. If he wins over 7 games, he gets another year on the contract tacked on, doesn't he?
That's incredible. That's incredible. All right, what game were you on?
NC State, UCLA.
We were talking about the crosshairs because Chip is squarely in my crosshairs.
Yeah, well, that's going to put him all. Yeah, we're all NC State here.
Okay.
Pack Pride.
Back ride. All right. Speaking of Fleck, the Fleckinator against Tyler's Fighting Mountaineers.
This is a principal game for me.
This is not the Cheez-It Bowl. It's in Phoenix, though. It is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Guaranteed
the
rate.
Insight.com bowl.
Guaranteed rate. The sponsor of the White Sox out in Chase Field, the Diamondbacks baseball stadium.
Wait, so this is the former Insight.com Bowl. Cheez-It Bowl is not the former Insight.com Bowl?
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't know.
This Chase Field is not. Oh, yeah, maybe it is the Insight.com Bowl because
That's where Pitt played many, many years ago against Iowa State.
with Larry Fitzgerald, right?
I just know Chase Field.
Antonio Bryant.
Antonio Bryant.
Chase Field is the baseball stadium.
But the Cheez-It Stadium's played in Scottsdale?
This was also the Cactus Bowl.
Glendale. In Glendale, maybe?
Cheez-It Bowl's played in Camping World.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was in Arizona.
At least this year it is, per the notes.
Moving around. All right. Well, Minnesota against West Virginia.
Minnesota shouldn't have been ranked in the initial. See it.
Yeah,
Wanna
they
go
lost
through
to
these real quick?
Bowling Green. I'm going West Virginia. Here.
That's why I said it's a principal game for me. I can't do it. Dig.
So it was. So here are the sponsors: Domino's, Weiserlock, Inside Enterprises, Buffalo Wild Wings, Ticket City, Motel 6, Kellogg's Cheez-It, Guaranteed Rate.
So it was
the
Cheez-It.
Copper.
So it was the Cheez-It Bowl before.
It was the Copper, and then it was Insight.com, then it was Buffalo Wild Wings, then it was Cactus, Cheese Tip.
So it was Cheez-It Bowl. I was not
Cheese Tip
mistaken.
upgraded.
I was not mistaken with where they were.
Yeah.
West Virginia. I'm on West Virginia.
I'm going Minnesota, though. Neil Brown, I don't know. We'll see. Well, I will literally see week 1 next year.
You will see.
Big stretch coming up for him, I think.
Wait, you guys play in week 1?
Yep, then Vols.
In the backyard brawl.
Backyard brawl to open up the year, and then Vols.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Brawling.
The ticket prices increase is going to be interesting.
That's a good home schedule.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll
We get Syracuse again, though. That's always an anchor.
Maybe I'll pick some up and resell. I'll see what I can get.
You could probably sell between those 2 games for sure. I would think you'd be able to make a few bucks.
All right. Here we go. We're on to Wednesday, December 29th, Fenway Bowl. This is up in chilly Boston, Massachusetts. Smooth getting a 1.5 here against the Bronco-less Who's? Zima.
Well, he's going to coach. He is going to coach.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm locking these up.
Swan song. Okay.
Yeah, locking up the Zimas. Smooth probably won't be very interested in I guess.
Yeah. No stuff there.
Clean sweep.
All on Bronx.
Clean sweep for the Who's.
What?
They're a 4-game losing streak. Wow.
I did it.
Yeah,
that was also BYU, Notre Dame, Pitt, Notre Dame without Strong, end of BYU without Strong, and then they lose that heartbreaker to the Hokies.
Speaking of the Hokies, my boy Burmeister.
The Burmy,
how was his shoulder? We don't know.
Maryland getting a point here. Maryland on signing day flipped the Virginia Tech running back commit Ramon Brown. He's a very nice running back. Should be some trouble for Big Ten teams here in the near future.
Wait, who flipped him? Maryland flipped him?
Maryland flipped him from Virginia Tech, yes.
I wonder if SVP is happy.
I will I don't know what the hell's going on with Virginia Tech nowadays. I'll take Maryland to win here.
I see you going SOS. That's funny because I will too. Vatek.
Me too. Vatek. Thank you. This is that's a tough one to pick.
That's a good game. That should be good. I'll be watching that. Yeah.
I might get boots on the ground there.
2 of your favorites.
For my favorites, always in my crosshairs, those guys. All right, Clem. Oh, this is a good game. This is it right here.
Can't wait for this one.
I'm locking up Clemson on this one. I'm locking Clemp up here.
They found their form.
Yeah,
against
go with Clemp, even without Venables, even without
Elliott.
They lost Elliott. Yeah.
What if Dabo has to call the offense and the defense?
Dabo.
The sky's falling, and this is
God Country Dabo.
Oh,
clones, baby.
Clones.
I'm going Clem as well with Cam. That's now 3 ACC teams in a row I picked. That's not good.
That's an all-time high, I think.
That's not good. ACC out of conference.
Should we call it here with this final one? Alamo Bowl.
Is that the last of the day?
Yes.
So then it's okay. So we start with the 30th whenever we go next.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I think.
Okay.
That's good.
Oregon, Oklahoma. Nobody knows who's coaching this game.
This is how do you make a pick on this game?
4.5. Oklahoma laying. Sorry. Yeah, I'll go the 4.5 because Oklahoma's got more talent. I don't think they've lost anybody.
But they might.
Yeah, some guys may sit out. They lost Rat. They lost Stock.
They could lose Caleb too.
I mean, Oregon
I'm
has
taking
lost
Oregon.
Kayvon. Oregon's lost Kayvon. Right. I'm taking Oklahoma.
I think they might lose Caleb Williams, so I'm going Oregon strictly on that.
All right.
Yeah, this game's a mess. 4.5 seems too high to me, which means I'm going Oklahoma because I feel like it should be under 3, and it's not. So therefore, I go Sooners.
Yeah, I'm strictly projecting the Caleb Williams transfer to SC, and then
I am my lock.
Oregon might become a
you
slight
lock.
favorite.
So you lock 2 up, Dan.
I've got 3. So I've got
How many are we giving out today?
I've got Oregon State. I don't know. I think it's all one bowl season, right? So I got Oregon State. I'm making up the rules.
We can do 3 today, sure. Yeah.
Oregon State, Mississippi State, and the Zimas of Virginia.
Keaton Slovis also in the portal. Kind of hope he goes cross country to Indiana.
What about the SC?
Keat on.
What about the Notre Dame?
That's what I meant, like to South Bend, Indiana.
Not the Hoosiers.
Not the Hoosiers. Although Penix is in the portal too.
No, he's already out of it.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He rescinded.
No, he's out of it into Washington. He's come out the other end of the portal. He's come out the other end of the portal.
He went to the Huskies.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He's already out of it. He's come out the other end.
That makes sense, right? Because that coach at Fresno was the head OC for them, right?
Yeah, Indiana. DeBoer was at Indiana.
Okay.
Wait, Dan, so you took Oregon State and who else?
So I've got Oregon State, Mississippi State, and the Zimas of Virginia. Those are my 3.
All right, I'll find 3.
We did how many bowls did we do there?
We
31.
did a lot.
30.
Not 31. We didn't get to 31, did we?
Oh, you're right. Minus 1, 2, 3.
Oregon State, Zimas, and
27?
Ichiro.
We just do 27 bowls in 45 minutes?
I'm locking Clemp up.
We
By
did.
the way, I'm locking Clemp up. Who else am I getting?
You get
Well,
2 more.
none of my other locks are in this selection. So,
Okay.
AY, you lock any up in this selection?
Well, I don't know what's in the next selection.
I think we're doing the rest in the next selection, right?
Yeah, but
So
I
we've
don't
got
know.
14 games after that, right? 15? 14 or 15?
How many do you want to do total? 5?
I don't care. Again, make up their own rules. I would love to pick how many games under for my locks. Let's see here.
All right. Well, if I'm going to lock somebody up, I'm definitely locking up
I'm
YO.
4 and 10. I'd like to lock up 10 games.
Who are you locking up?
I'm locking up YO. I think I'm like 4-0 in locks with Pitt this year, so I'll save that for next pod. That's my free pass. And let me find one more here for you. Who we all root for?
Let's check here. Stenography.
Dude, North Texas.
Postal.
Oh,
Fresno.
that's too of a number. What's the?
Beeves.
Let's just go YO. I don't know. I'll go Hog Wild next one.
North Texas. All right.
Ooh, although Ass Force is there too.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
He's contemplating one more with the Ass Force.
Nope, I got it. Virginia and Wyoming. Dual.
Dan locked up Zimas also. You got
So
the
we
double
got-
lock.
Double lock.
All right.
Ready?
I may sneak in 4 more locks to see if I can go 7-0 and get above 500 with my locks.
All righty.
Good stuff. We'll see you guys next week for the final 14 ball games from the AY community. We'll take out the Blue State, Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, TY West, Newark,
Good night, all.
and Canton East.
Good night.
Next time we see Can, he might be older. Thanks for listening.
He will be. Yeah.
Have a good one. See you there.